Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Maris here again from India Rugby, and wow, what a weekend! Um, South Africa has once again shown Scotland why they are the world champions, as well as All Blacks teaching the world number one rugby team 1-4. It was quite amazing, actually, how these guys pulled it off. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it and see what happened. Hey guys, yeah, well, so quite an exciting weekend for rugby, and also a weekend for really amazing upsets. Um, First of all, Fiji versus Wales. I don't think we anybody saw this coming. I mean, Wales, wow, being beaten by Fiji for 24-19. Not exactly the kind of result they wanted. No idea what happened there. I don't ask me. I mean, it's kind of a bit of a mess at the first half. Um, Raffle getting a yellow card. Shortly after that, it was Kanakai Vata receiving a yellow card as well. Um, uh, Penalty try given to Wales, and then shortly after that, Radradra basically got a red card for Fiji, but that didn't deter them. The second half, they went all out. Penalty goal, try, and then another penalty goal by Munce. That really kind of sealed the deal for them. But it was mostly, yeah, tries, penalty goals, conversions, all round. But in the end of it, basically, yeah, it's 5 points ahead for Fiji. They basically won the game with an unconverted try, really. Um, but it's yeah. What else can I say about it? It's not really. It was a bit of a mess in the first half, and then yeah, not really going Wales's way at the in the second half. We're getting two penalty goals for Munce, one try by Tuzova, and then converted by Munce, with only one try, unconverted try for Devon in the second half. Could have done a lot better, but Wales have been a bit plagued by controversy, by ill discipline. Not really getting their form together. Who's to blame? Don't know. Would it be coaching? Would it be the team selection? Um, some people, tend to blame the unions for the a bit of a mess that the Welsh team might be in. But I don't know. It's a bit of a mystery at this point. I hope Wales can really pull it together. I think they do have another upcoming match against the Springboks in this autumn series. So they better do something. They need to do something quick. Going on to the main event for this weekend, Scotland versus South Africa, the first of the Northern Hemisphere teams to go up against the world champions. And it was a hard fought match, but unfortunately, Scotland couldn't keep up the pace. The Springboks went into it looking in top form, Pimpy getting a very early try in with a absolutely masterful cross kick. I believe it was from Billy Leroux. Um, Unfortunately, Pollard couldn't convert that one. But the rest of his kicks for the entire game basically hitting the mark every single time. So possibly just a bit of a measurement issue. Taking a litmus test in the first kick, didn't quite get it over. Recalibrate a bit and then gunning for it the whole time. Um, the most of the Scotland's points was only in penalty goals by Finn Russell. Really, there was a attempted try by Scotland in the first half, but that was overturned due to a knock on, I believe, by Cummings. Was it? And then there was the early first half disaster struck Scotland as I think it was Roy Darge and Cummings that went for a double croc roll on Franco Mostert. Cummings was the one that ended up getting a yellow card for that, going off for 10 minutes, and sort of halfway through, the ref received note from the bunker that it was upgraded to a red card due to high degree of danger. Cummings did go down on the lower limb of Franco Mostert. Luckily, no major injury, but could have potentially, put the player out of the game. So, referee saw it as a bit of a dangerous situation, high degree of danger. Then Thomas du Toit scoring the second try in the first half, being converted by Andre Pollard. Mapimpi for a second time, going for a fantastic cross kick, converted into a try by Makazole Mapimpi. And then Mapimpi got a yellow card in the second half for a cynical offside. Not quite sure what they meant by that, but okay. I didn't quite see what exactly happened because the camera kind of focused on another end of the game, and then suddenly cut back to Mapimpi, and he's been issued a yellow card. I was like, what just happened? I suppose that is the kind of the benefit of watching the game live, but it's hard to it was hard for me to kind of keep track and follow up. But I had to actually, after the game, go and have a look at most of the news reports that was given on it, on exactly why Makazole Mapimpi went off with a yellow card. And they basically not exactly explaining why or how the offside was committed, that would result in the referee, calling it a cynical offside. And how would that? I mean, this would be the first time in recent time that I would be made aware of an offside that is, given a yellow card. What exactly makes an offside cynical? If anybody can maybe enlighten me on that one, maybe give me the your thoughts in the comments field on that one. But to me, it just didn't quite make sense. Offsides happen. Offsides happen a lot of times to try and, in an attempt to foil or to defend the try line position, but cynical offside, and how does that translate into yellow card? If anybody can enlighten me, I'd greatly appreciate that. Again, 2 penalty goals by Andre Pollard in the second half, and then a fantastic try by Jasper Wiese in the sort of closing minutes of the second half, being converted by Pollard on the 80th minute. So quite a decisive win for the Springboks on that one. A fantastic hard forward play, and I think really the team selection was just absolutely a strategic masterpiece for Rassie. Does it again, honestly. Even though both coaches kind of played it very close to the chest, only revealing the team lineups on Friday, and Rassie kind of buckled first, announcing his team before the Scottish coach did. But still, an absolute strategic. How can I put it? Selection goals, if I can maybe call it that. The 7-1 split in the bomb squad for the bench, only keeping Grant Williams back to basically fill in for Jaden Hendrickse. Just sort of just after half time, was the only back row player. The rest was all front row, and as I mean, all, they came on mass, and it was like oh shit moment. It was like, okay, well, Rusty's just decided I'm done playing. The entire front row being replaced. It's like bomb squad. There you go, and it's like this stampede of big lads just kind of jogging onto the field, and it's like, you know, if Scotland wasn't shitting himself before, they certainly were now. Um, but they fought hard, fought back hard, tried to kind of keep their composure. The defense was quite, quite strong, but unfortunately couldn't break through the Springbok defense. Rotten luck for them having their only try of the game overturned due to a knock on. Um, and yeah, just I suppose Lady Luck on discipline was not with the Scots. But they managed to get some significant points on the board, 32-15 being the final score. So, yeah, well done to the Scots. You guys played hard. Gave quite a challenge to the Springboks, but unfortunately, not enough. Now it's marching on to I think the 17th of November, which where Springboks will be facing England for the next leg in this autumn series. Um, that that's quite something to look forward to. I'll hopefully be bringing the team numbers for that one as well, which hopefully should be about Friday evening as well. Um, Ireland versus New Zealand, and this was quite the turn up for the book. Um, New Zealand was on form. It's, they had the defense down. They had the attacks really strategic. It's almost like surgical. Um, they were plagued by a lot of ball handling errors and some discipline in the first half, but round about the second half, they kind of got their act together and really went for it. Damien McKenzie basically playing the full 80 minutes as Bowden Barrett was, not on the team selection for this game. I'm not too sure if that maybe suffered from an injury or anything. I don't think he played too badly the previous game. But yeah, unfortunately, Ireland being plagued by also not really being able to put points on the scoreboard. Only gotten two penalty goals in the first half. The first half for the New Zealanders was just penalty goals, three by on Damien McKenzie, and then some really rotten luck with I think it was Geordie Barrett being given a yellow card for some unfortunately foul play. Tackling, not dipping enough into the tackle. I think there was some head contact, but the ref did to kind of, decreed it wasn't a high degree of danger, as both players did tap into the tackle. But yeah, unfortunately, it's tackler's responsibility to try and dip as low as possible. From my rugby days, I can remember we were always drilled into us by our coach. You go for the legs, you aim for the knees, you aim for the ankles. That it does help to kind of mitigate most of the high tackle possibilities. Then obviously there was a fantastic try by Van der Fleer in the second half, being converted by Crowley, but that would be the only kind of try scored for Ireland. That would be followed up by another three penalty goals by Damien and one unconverted try by Will Jordan. So yeah, Tuipulotu being not Tuipulotu, sorry, Wallace TG being moved into the front row, performed absolutely admirably, completely, punching his stamp down, showing us exactly how versatile of a player he is. Being, you know, making his mark on the wing side and inside plus outside center. The man is just an all-round giant of rugby. At his young age, he's got a bright future ahead of him with the All Blacks, I think, really. But that's it for me, guys. The Ireland, unfortunately, not coming up the mast there, being beaten 23-13 by the All Blacks, a 10-point deficit on their side. So, what can we look forward to this coming weekend? The news, if I basically can go into the upcoming fixtures for this coming weekend. We'll be having Argentina going up against Ireland. Now, Argentina has been doing exceptionally well, beating Italy this weekend as well, quite convincingly. If I can maybe call that back up. Italy versus Argentina, they beat them 50-18. So, absolutely, decisive by the Argentinians. They're really pushing their mark down on international rugby this time around with a, the autumn series. Sorry, for some reason I couldn't get onto the name there now. But yeah, for the autumn series this year, really, making their mark. And we, just watching this team with some really great interest now. Coming this Friday, we'll be watching. The Ireland facing off against Argentina. Fiji is going up against Spain. Then we've got France against New Zealand, South Africa against England, and then Scotland facing off against Portugal. Which will be making for an absolutely fantastic piece of rugby this weekend. I'll be, quite interested to see how Fiji fares against Spain. And then obviously New Zealand, they're being tested there by the French cocks. Roosters. Okay, let's call them Roosters. But yeah, so it'll be quite interesting to see how they do fare against the guys from France. And then England, coming up against South Africa. It'll be quite interesting to see these guys renewing their professional rivalry next weekend as well on the 17th, the Sunday, I believe it is. So yeah, they'll be playing at Twickenham Stadium around about 6:30 p.m. So guys, as per usual, for a great lineup of rugby coming this weekend, keep those beers on ice. And please like and subscribe if you haven't done so. It really helps out the algorithm for the channel. And I'll be looking forward to see you guys next weekend. And I'll be bringing you guys the lineups hopefully for this coming weekend again for the New Zealand team, South Africa, and all of that. So watch this space. There's a lot more to come. Peace out.